So I've been in AI for 40 years. I've been at Davos for a few days. At Davos, I've heard many very famous people who run countries and governments now, amazing, telling me about AI. And here's my message. We're fine in AI. We're doing a good job. We've been doing it for 40 years. It's going fine. I'm worried about the people who run countries, and I'm worried about governments because I think there's a challenge coming. There's a famous rule in economics that says that change happens, I forget exactly, but something like, it takes longer than you think and then happens faster than you can believe. If you're a nerd, the way we say it is, there's only 2 times you can buy into an exponential, too early and too late. But basically, change will happen very quickly now because the AI we've been working on is starting to work. And so here's the challenge. The challenge is how we use this technology. And so here are 2 ways we could use technology. We could use technology to provide every child in Africa or everywhere with an aristocratic level tutor running on their phone. And we could provide every child when they want to get a job with a staff running on their phone of AIs that can help them with whatever job they want. Or we can just optimize economically, which I'm sure will happen. All the economic systems work well. We'll optimize economically, but who's looking out for the kids? And so to me, the one thing I would say, given this stage I don't deserve, is for all of us who built AI and all of you who will be building AI, you will optimize economically. I'm not worried about that. You'll do fine, right? And there are other sectors, the militaries will do fine. They know how to optimize. And institutions will optimize for themselves. But we, I think, should all take the responsibility to optimize for the kids. Because if we figure out how to optimize for the kids so they can use this technology to the best benefit. And when GPT-4 came out, March 14, Pi Day, which is an MIT tradition, all the MIT acceptances go out on Pi Day. When GPT-4 came out last year on Pi Day, I said to my team, let me see what happens. Does every kid in this next school year get access to AI to help them be all they can be? Or do we start passing regulations to make sure that AI isn't disruptive of the educational systems? Because the educational systems are wonderful, but they are institutions that operate and change slowly. In the US, the last big change to elementary education didn't happen in the 20th century, it happened in the 19th century when the president of Harvard decided what the curriculum should be. We have the same curriculum now. So these systems are wonderful, they change slowly. The problem with our tech is that it changes quickly. And so my perspective would be that we have a challenge right now, that we should figure out how to optimize for the children now and not wait for the normal amount of time it will take us to go through the normal processes, because that will take too long. But right now we have the opportunities. So my message would be, whatever else you're doing, think about your legacy, think about optimizing for kids. How do you take the technology you're developing and help kids become creative, critical thinkers, rather than using those technologies to have somebody sell something to the kid or have somebody try to influence them to buy something or to vote for someone? Because this is think of the incentives. The incentives of big companies, which are wonderful, are to improve their profits. The incentives of most institutions, understandably, are to continue their institution. But who's looking out for the kids? So that's kind of my on-the-spot talk, John. And I can tell you about other problems too. So we're writing code, we're putting out to kids. I've been trying to pitch it to schools. If you look, Sal Khan has been an amazing pioneer in this. And so when GPT-4 came out March 14, Sal Khan was there. And I said, okay, let's look. Let's see a year from now how many others have done it. So far, I haven't seen any. And I said, okay, let's see how many kids. So I will give you a metric. We all know in engineering and we know in sales, if you want to optimize something, have a metric. So my metric will be, is the experience of a school kid in whatever part of the world you can influence, has it been improved by AI, by all of these technologies since last year? Or, there's your metric. If you can optimize that metric, feel good. And here, I will now lecture you. I never did this before. If you're not optimizing that metric, ask yourself what you're doing. Sorry, on the spot. I can't dance, so I'll have to. If you want to, the problems, deepfakes are great. If you want to worry about, if we want to now figure out how to have political discourse, then we should teach critical thinking. Help our kids learn critical thinking. You now have in your pocket a device that can help you get opinions from different sides, have them analyzed by your computer, have them formulate, understand positions, be a great citizen, be democratic. If you want to do a job more creatively, you have in your pocket now a computer that can help you be as productive and effective as you can. But I'd say you have to start with the kids, because to me, they haven't gotten a great deal so far.